Hello, one and all. Welcome back to the Clockwork Nexus. I know it's been a minute since I've been up here, but here we are with finally session 2 of Midnight City Royale after the universe has tried to conspire against us for a month. But you know what? We're going to do the best that we can. And I hope that all of you are excited for it because I know I sure am. Anyway, before we get started here, let me introduce myself. I am Tim. I will be your dungeon master this evening, also known as Doorstop Idol on all the socials that I never check. But hey, I'm there if you look. And before we get too far, how about we go around? We'll do this in a counterclockwise fashion. Go around, everyone can introduce themselves and their character, and yeah, then we'll go from there. Anyway, Chief, you're up.
What now? What am I doing? Sorry, I'm doing like Overlord stuff. What am I?
Who are you and what do you do?
I'm trying to get our name out on the socials. You know, those ones that we don't use. Who I am. I am Big Chief, founder of the Nexus, DM, overall pain in the ass, occasional player. Such as tonight, where I am a player. I am down here, obviously. I am playing Kano, a half-elf himbo monk that is just really here to beat some ass and, you know, have a good time.
Only one of those will happen.
Beat some ass or get some... Never mind.
Really doubt it will be having a
Get
good
some
time.
underprivileged children a good education. That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
But yes, that is me. That is who I am. You can find me at Big Chief 1387 on the socials. I have not posted in forever. I'm going to try to fix that at some point, but you know, life has been stressful and running the Nexus has become quite chaotic with us having stuff like 4 nights a week on average. So, you know, it's a thing. But I'm here to play, having a good time. Thanks for having me, by the way, Tim. Thanks for running it.
Of course, I love this.
I guess that brings us to me. I'm Shiara. I am Kono's girlfriend. So, yeah, when he said get some, that's up to me. But I am a storm sorcerer who isn't actually a part of the game. She just kind of shows up and no one says no to her because she is childhood best friends with the leader, Johnny, who she's very worried about him right now.
Plus, nobody says no to Kano either, so that's a thing.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, aren't you like his second in command? Which means you're currently in command. So
TBD.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's not having a good time right now. She's very worried about her friend. and she basically just wants to go home to her adopted kids and thinks this whole thing was a mistake. She called it from the beginning. She's like, this is a bad idea. But that's Tiara.
Good evening, I'm Bill. I'm playing Shadow, Cobalt Rogue, who's a little bit late to the party, but still should have a good time. Look forward to telling Kono and Chiara no a lot, since they feel very entitled to it, and doing the other dirty deeds required throughout the adventure.
All right. Everybody, I am Alden. I am playing Bane Stonefoot, a quite lovable and quite imbecile barbarian dwarf. Just one of the bros. I am new on here, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to fit into the picture, but my presence will be felt, if not just heard.
I'm Hannah. I will be playing Opal, who is just generally the healer. And she's also known to not really fight. She has no weapons, so her main goal is just to heal. So we shall see how it goes in a campaign with gangs all around.
Didn't you just get pinned for murder?
She didn't. You did.
I believe you all got pinned
she
for
was
murder.
the one who yelled gun right before the Jew got electrocuted.
Oh gosh. Okay. No, we all got it.
Yeah,
for that.
but everybody looked at you.
Yeah.
No, they all looked at her.
I think they looked at all of you, and the two of you are just pointing fingers at each other. That's my prediction for the rest of the campaign.
Anyway, I did not remember that. So Danielle definitely has to do the recap, obviously, because
Obviously. Well, you see, here's the thing: is luckily we're
The lore of
contractually
Nexus?
obligated to have Danielle do the recap. It's really not our fault. She signed it, and now we all have to. Like, I am legally obligated to enforce.
And she makes sure to hold up her end of the bargain every time.
Yep.
She demands the accountability of it.
I am her accountability buddy.
Did she read what she was signing? That's the question.
Probably not. And if it was in my handwriting, she definitely didn't understand it.
I pulled a Yabrula, I read it, and I thought I understood it.
With an intelligence of 10.
Excuse you, that's an 11.
Oh.
Slightly above average.
I'll give it 2. It's 2.
She didn't domesticate. I like that one. So what happened last time?
What did happen last time?
So basically, there is this guy, I forget his name, but some up and coming gang boss in the city who basically wanted all the different gangs to get together. No weapons, like this place where everyone met under like a truce. And what he proposed was all the gangs band together and just form an entire coalition where they can, in essence, run the whole city. That's what he suggested when they all got there. Before they got there, everyone was hella nervous because, like, yeah, you're shoving like 100 gangs in the same place. It's tense.
We rolled bugs.
Yeah, it was very tense, and I think we all kind of had an inkling that something was going to go wrong, because like there's just no way that goes well. But anyways, Opal, with her amazing perception, noticed somebody was like climbing like something nearby, and was like basically more or less was pointing something at the guy who like was just hitting the point where the entire crowd of 100 different gangs was cheering for him. Opal sees some guy pointing at this head guy and shouts, "Gun!" Right as the speaker gets barbecued and dies. And now everyone is just like, oh, she shouted gun. She knew it was going to happen. She must have done it. Arrest that gang. So as we started running, our leader, Johnny, managed to slip out of our arms and fell back and just got like dogpiled by people trying to, in essence, give us an out to escape. And it basically ended with that scene as, like, I know Shiara was trying to get back to Johnny because, like, that's her best fucking friend. Kono's trying to stop his girlfriend from running into danger. Opal was like, we gotta get out of here. So yeah, that was kind of where we left off, with just everything went to shit.
Indeed, it did. No one saw that coming either. That was completely unexpected, I'm sure.
Such a shocker.
It was.
Indeed, it literally.
We rode on bugs.
Oh yeah, we rode
Yes.
on bugs, and Kono had a vertical ascent.
I like riding on bugs.
Double entendre.
I'll double your entendre.
Ooh. Look, don't write checks your butt can't cash that, big boy.
Hey yo.
All right. So that is essentially what happened. That was a very good recap. A round of applause, everyone. Thank you.
That's why she signed the contract.
And then that's why I received Bardic Inspiration. Thank you. Great.
I'm not a bard.
Whatever. Whatever DMs give for good participation scores.
Heroic
Why do you get it?
Because I said. I don't know. You can have it.
I give myself inspiration and Bardic
Right?
inspiration.
Wits for America. Here we go.
Yes. So that is what happened. You guys found yourself at this moot, which was very tense and quickly devolved into something even worse. Johnny did separate himself from your group in an attempt to keep, I don't know, the thousands of
Yeah.
now pretty bloodthirsty gang members away from you. And it's just so coincidental that as that happened, as you know, Silas got fried, the city watch showed up and started pouring in, add to the chaos. Very good timing on behalf of that. But that's where we find ourselves. You guys are huddled together in very unfriendly territory, which has now devolved quickly into pandemonium and chaos. As you know, the city watch pours in. There's various gang members trying to not only get at you but also get away. Not everyone wants to kill you right now, at least, but enough to. And you also don't want to get picked up by the guard, so that's great. And Johnny screamed, go, just go, before he, might I add, did some pretty cool monk stuff. But to no avail, it seems, as he was taken down and you lost sight of him in the swarm of people. And so, what we're going to do right now, we're going to start this off hot. We are doing a little something I like to call a skills challenge to start the night off. So, it works similar to combat for those of you who have never done one before, and we are in roll 20 if everyone is in there. Like I just popped in, that was good.
I'm seeing, looks like a landing page.
I think I moved everyone over. Chief, did I do it correctly?
I just see a park with a bunch of people in it.
That's
That-
bad.
Right now, you
That
do
is
have
what-
everybody on the landing page. Bill needs to share the screen, though. I
Yes,
cannot share the screen because I run Roll20 on a different thing because I run the stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
I cannot obviously share mine, or
Bill!
else people would see my stuff.
Thank you, Bill. You need to turn off all those pictures, though. There you go. So that's where you have us right now.
I'm working on it here. Hey.
I was gonna say, give the poor man a second. We don't know what's going on back
Give
there.
the poor man a second. Come
I'm
on,
loving
yeah.
the Brooklyn
I'm
accent.
working here.
Come on,
Hey,
brother.
I'm working here.
Wait, did I do a Brooklyn accent?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, I don't know
It was
what the
good.
hell I was doing. So,
In
Oh,
honor
look,
of
just want
Andy.
to sound as obnoxious as possible.
okay, cool.
You like apples? I got a number. How about them apples?
I mean, right coast, wrong city.
Right.
All right, but this is what we should all be seeing because this is just this is roughly speaking what you would be seeing in the park, except a little more people. I would say.
And all running straight at us.
Uh, you know, yeah, pretty much they're gonna get there. So we're gonna start. First, I'll have you all roll initiative for me, please, and thank you.
That'd be a 9.
Niner. Are you calling the
Niner.
walkie-talkie? All right, GR 21.
A good question. Where am I with all of the party here?
We're going to just kind of retcon that everyone's together.
Okay.
I got a solid
You're
23.
busting out max reps at the gym.
Oh, come on, brother.
And I just came
Me and the band are just walking up as soon as it gets fired. Everyone comes running at us, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm walking here. What's the big idea, you lummoxes?"
The two of them show up 15 minutes late with Starbucks.
And then
Right
we
in
drop
getting my
Starbucks,
coffee.
and everybody runs up on us.
What happened? I don't know what
I'm glad
happened.
you're here. Run for your lives.
Run for your life.
That's a lot of people.
as Shara is saying, "Run for your lives," as she's over my shoulder, and I'm
Yeah,
running.
honestly, Shiari wouldn't be saying that. She'd be like, she's kicking and screaming and like trying to get loose so that she can go help her friend.
Really, Opal's probably like, "Yeah, we should probably go follow them."
Okay. How does one get this initiative tracker to work here?
Well, first you got to have tokens on the map.
I thought that you put the tokens on the map.
Well,
We're professionals,
I
everyone.
didn't put them on this map. I put them on the map in which we were on.
Well, you see, I thought that everyone. I hit the thing to switch everyone over. I guess it did not.
No, you hit the banner, which moves the party there, but not the actual party.
Hey, you know what?
It's
If
complicated.
you have everyone defined as being part of the party, you can just right click on the screen and hit move party to
Okay.
place party.
Just so everybody at home knows,
Oh.
Tim is not used to DMing on Roll20.
No, this is the second time I've ever done it.
So, third.
Oh well, yeah, I did run the one shot. You're right.
Yep.
That was
So,
perfect.
as we are going, because we have said before, we are far from professionals. We are just a bunch of nerds getting together, having a good time. So, he has me set as a DM on Roll20 so that I can help him, because we are also learning as we go. We
are.
support
This
this in
is
the Nexus.
a
Yes.
collaborative
So,
effort.
Tim, now that you got everybody on there,
We don't
I
have
gotta
everybody on.
do this the right way. I gotta treat you right. So you're going to drag a box over all 5 of us, and then you're gonna right click and say add turn.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
There you go.
Sweet. All right.
And sometimes, nope, I can't hook up my Beyond 20 because it's on 2 different computers, but I can enter my own score on there.
All right. Bane, what'd you get?
9.
Niner. That's right. The help my number lock was on. All right. All right. Chiara, 21, I believe, right?
Yes.
All right. Opal,
23.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 13. I forgot to add my
modifier.
my bad. I do this all the time.
Okay, and Shadow.
12.
12. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so now you're gonna hit the little gearbox there, sir. There you go.
Yeah,
You got
see,
that.
I can
Good
do
job.
things sometimes.
Proud of you.
Okay. Thank you. You know what? I'm proud of me too. Anyway. All right, so we're going to do a skills challenge. Now, this is, like I said, slightly similar to combat, but it's not quite combat. But it does occur in turn order, and that is important. So, what we do, we're going to go in initiative order here. On your turn, you are going to tell me what you are doing in an attempt to get out of the situation. So there is a goal. In this case, the goal is to get the hell out of this park and away from all the people that are trying to kill you and or arrest you.
Seems
You are
simple.
going, yeah, right? You are going to use one of your skills. You're going to roll, and you're going to try and beat the DC that I have set. The DC for which I will not tell you what it is, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out eventually. You must succeed as a group. Let's see. Let's call this one 7 successes. However, if you do not pass your skill check, that will be a failure. And 3 failures, well, we'll tell you what happens there if that happens.
Game
So
over.
the goal here, 7 successes or 3 failures, whichever comes first. Now, you don't have to use a skill you're proficient in, but it's probably wise if you do. The caveat being the person after you cannot use the same skill that you just used, and you can also not use the same skill yourself on subsequent turns. For example, if Chief were to use his athletics on the first turn, second turn comes around, he cannot use athletics again. He must use something else. But if we get to a third round, then he would be able to use athletics again. By the same token, if Chief uses athletics, Opal can then not use athletics, but Chiara could. Do we understand the premise?
You understand?
Yep.
Chief is first, right? So, is he not allowed to use whatever it is, Shadow Sauce? So, whatever Shadow uses at the end of the round, is Chief not allowed to use?
Correct. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you just can't use whatever the person directly before you used.
All right. So I'll kick this party off.
What are you doing?
That I am going to use perception to try to map out the best exit route possible through all of this chaos.
I like
what I am going for. As soon as my dice comes back to me. There you are. And that is going to be an 18 plus 8, so 26.
Good
Okay.
Lord.
We will call that one a success. Just by a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
So, with your perception, you have mapped out what you believe is the best way to go.
I'd like to believe it's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes moment where I'm just seeing everything in slow motion for a second.
Most indubitably.
I like it.
Yep.
Okay. So you are trying to find out where to go. You think you know, and ostensibly you're going to try and get everyone to follow your lead. Which brings us up to Opal.
So, can I mean, what I ideally would like to do is, throw the rocks I have in my bag, 1 or 2, and then use thaumaturgy, or am I not allowed to do that? That's not a skill. So
I would allow that. Just tell me what you want to do, and we'll figure out what skill it best works with.
So essentially, I want to throw the rocks and then essentially fake like an explosion sound, like so then people think like I threw something to distract them to get away from, I guess, to turn attention away
You're
and give
gonna
us a
make it so
second.
that they think we're actually terrorists.
Okay, I like that. Hey,
already do.
Some people think that they saw us shoot somebody, but now they're gonna see that the clerics are bombing.
someone's
meeting.
throwing bombs. It's fine.
But it's
That-
fine because they're all gonna find rocks and nothing happened. It's all imaginary.
Right. No, I really love that. So
Yeah, he's gonna do something with that later. That's really
let me let's see.
I mean, was it stupid? I mean, I feel like
No.
he.
I think it's a perfectly great thing to
What the
do.
hell
It's
is that?
great. It's fantastic. Keep
It's a
going. Keep going.
distraction. So okay.
I
I'll
would
give
like to say I fully support this. I am just saying.
I'll give you two choices here. You can either do deception or sleight of hand.
I would prefer sleight of hand because it's a little bit better. Not
Okay.
by much, guys, but it's better.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah. You know, assistance is assistance. I mean, girl.
Am I allowed to guide her?
There is no guidance during this.
Son of a bitch.
All right. So get ready for this.
I
Best
would like to
performance.
argue that I should be able to guide Shiara because my hand is essentially on her ass as I'm carrying her, and it would just be kind of like. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you wish.
So a 6.
Ooh, okay. Perhaps unsurprisingly, a 6 will be a failure. So we do have our first fail. Now, so you are tossing rocks, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume the explosions go off well before the rocks hit the ground, so it looks really bad.
Well, yeah. So what happens? You're tossing these rocks. You're using your thaumaturgy, right?
Yeah.
But you're not really gauging the distance
Oh,
properly.
good. I'm blasting people.
So the rock is gonna land next to one person, but the sound is gonna go off, like over here somewhere. It's confusing, but they're more just looking at you like, what are you doing? It is a momentary, get a momentary breath as they're just like, there's something not right with this one.
Great. It makes sense, kooky cleric.
But on the plus side, I'm sure they think, are we sure she's the one that actually shot somebody?
I mean, perhaps. Hey,
Claim insanity. All of a sudden I saw the gods and nothing happened.
you can find success even in the most dire of places, I'm sure. All right. The crowd continues to try and close on you as, Kono has pointed out the path. Opal did what she did. And now we're to Chiara.
I would like to also use a spell. I want to use minor illusion, which I can use to create a sound, which can range from a whisper to a scream. It could be my voice or someone else's voice, like anything I choose. And I would like it to, in essence, make it sound like the dude that we all came there to listen to, who just got barbecued, and make it sound like him saying, "Everyone stop, stop, I am fine, leave them alone. They did not do this."
Okay. I like that. That's actually pretty good. So we will let you for this one. That sounds like a performance check to me. And I'm only picking the skills if you don't have one in mind already.
That's a nat one for a 6.
Ooh. Okay. So
The dice don't like us tonight, Kate.
Okay, I really
pressure
like
on
that
me.
because D&D Beyond updated and lets us see our party members' roles. I'm literally watching my screen, looking at like what skill am I gonna try next, and I just see this one appearing on the screen. Like I see it roll and just fall to the one.
Okay, so
Bit of ill fortune.
we are going to say that yes, you do make a voice go off saying, everyone stop. But instead of coming from the point that you were hoping it would come from in your panic, it came from like right behind you. And so it's clear to everyone looking that you're doing this. So it looks like not only did you now murder somebody, you're trying to impersonate him as well.
Guys, I think we're fine.
Ladies, if you can make us not seem like actual terrorists, that'd be really great.
But hey, you know what? You get
Funny coming from you, Kono.
an A for effort on this one. That brings us to Bane.
Go lob more rocks, bro. Lob the rocks.
Bane is just looking around like, I don't know what to. Is he just going to try intimidation, turn around like, you don't chase us?
Okay, I like it. Roll
Are
it.
you Lenny from Of Mice and Men?
Yes, sir.
Except for a dwarf, which makes it even better. Tell me about the rabbits, George. Tell me about the rabbits.
And that is a whopping 5.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. So for those of you keeping track at home, we got
We're
to
failing.
Wait,
one
that's
success,
another failure, right?
and then that makes the third failure. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say it takes 4 failures on this one, just because I can't believe the rolls have been that bad in a row like that, back to back to back. It's actually 4 failures now to lose, just because you know what? I'm a benevolent god.
Wow. Stakes, and we got a TPK in the second episode.
I know.
Well, what's your backup character?
This 10-part miniseries just became a
Put him in a
2-shot.
jailbreak, guys. That's why he's doing this.
I feel like a tiefling gang next. Let's just do
That's
it.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, all bards.
so
That's right.
you
All
do,
tiefling bards.
with
you
one level
do
and
turn
row.
around, and you are trying your best to be as intimidating as you possibly can, but it just comes out like under the pressure. It just comes out like a squeak, and
No.
it didn't really work to intimidate anyone.
He meant to sit there and be like, all right, back up. And all he came out with was, no, stop it.
Don't do it.
I mean, on the bright side, they probably don't think he killed anyone because they're just like, oh, new baby.
How could he possibly be bad?
Came up and he was like, "Hey, Abbott."
Hey, you guys.
I will just
Oh.
look at Shadow and just be like, for the love of gods, please help.
Yes,
Sound like
that
Elvis.
does take us to Shadow.
Well, let's watch me fail. But until then, I'm going to have some self-righteous indignation here. But for the record, I'm in the back, so I stop and watch all of these people fail miserably with their little cantations and "Hey, you guys!" I go, all right, very good. Come on. Hey, we're walking. Get down, you lummox. Get over here. Go. I want to try stealth
Okay,
to
You
stealth
want
them
to-
away from their own destruction.
Shit.
And
okay.
we'll see how badly I do. Oh, that's terrible. A 12.
I mean, it's better than what we rolled, so I got mid. That counts as an approval. I count that as a success, right?
All right.
Considering
You know
how
what,
badly
roll-
we failed.
I
By the
can't
way,
say shit.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
What do we
So
get?
that was
Arrested.
not a success, unfortunately.
Jesus Christ.
It was. I'm going to tell you. And now I will tell you, since the skills challenge is now officially over, you guys have failed. The DC was 13,
No.
which I thought was, fair. I was wrong.
Pretty generous.
I apologize for nothing, and that's okay, because a failure doesn't mean you lose. A failure is actually a success with a penalty. So, Shadow, you attempt to try and use your, roguish stealthiness and try to get some of the heat off of you. And you know what? It works actually surprisingly well, perhaps too well, because you realize that your own party can't see you. And so you ended up in front of them trying to stealth, and you ended up getting trampled by Bane.
I'm sorry.
Which is fine because you're able to get up.
Hey, look where you're walking here.
But that has given the crowd more time. Those of which who are choosing to pursue you, which again is not everybody, but it's a significant enough portion. They are coming at you, and they're getting close. They're getting close enough to start actually landing some blows. They're throwing things because no one has the weapons, thankfully. But they're throwing random pieces of garbage, some rocks at you. Like you're getting pelted, and
you gave them ammunition.
There's random arms and legs sticking out trying to grab you and trip you to hinder you as your group is barreling through this this throng of people. But you somehow are able to find purchase and keep moving forward. And so you know what? We're going to call this a bonus round because I want to see what happens. What brings us back to the top of the initiative order? This is to see how badly you guys are going to become scathed, because you're certainly not getting out of here unscathed now. So we'll see how scathed you become. Kono, go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
Giving up on life and really questioning all of my life choices up to this point.
As you're being, bludgeoned and pelted with garbage and the random fist.
Yeah. So, at this point, I mean, we got to try to get out of here. So, still holding my extremely electrified girlfriend.
Isn't it raining, by the way?
Yes, it in fact did start raining right as everything goes off.
And because she has ideas like that, what I am going to do is I would like to
just throw her on the ground into the water and shock everyone.
Tase everybody.
That's my plan, yeah.
Well, I'm torn because part of me wants to find a weapon somewhere around here, just some random something to use as a staff, but I really want to try to get out of here. Could I try to do dope monk shit and basically come up and start bouncing off people's heads to get us out of this situation?
I would call that dope monk shit, yeah. We would also call that probably acrobatics.
All right. I will go for an acrobatics check.
You better succeed.
That is a nat 20 for a 26.
All right.
So that gets you and me out of there because you're carrying me, but what does that do for the others?
That's a them problem, but we will figure that out once we're not in the thick of it.
He is making space for at least two of you.
Yeah. I'd imagine that as I am kicking people in the head, as I'm going, they're getting shoved out of the way, there should at least be a space for them to follow somewhat.
Kono's a pretty big guy. I'd say anyone he, Mario stomps on their head or, elbows out of the way would probably at the very least be severely dazed, if not, I don't know, maybe dead. We're
Just dazed by the thought of a 6 foot something monk just bouncing off of them.
I mean, yeah, if you just
Excuse me.
Goomba stomping their heads, it's probably not a good time. But yeah, okay, so you've made some distance, and in fact,
Kono.
you are heading towards what you thought was the relatively safe area in the distance, and it looks to be, there's a large fence, but it appears to be broken down. We'll use your previous perception for it, and you can see it ahead of you. It's a huge fence, but you thought you spotted a hole, and that's where you're making your way towards. We'll say.
Sweet. In that hole.
We're not there yet, but
what? Oh shit! I'm wondering if there's like a piece of metal in which, like a pipe, in which I can use as a staff. That's what I'm looking for, as I am Marioing people.
We'll have to find out when we get there, won't we? If we make it there.
If we make it there.
Speaking of, Opal, you're up.
I would assume I was behind them. I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Kono's pretty quick. He's a speedy guy.
So I would be definitely running as fast as I can, and I guess like pushing anybody out of the way I could and trying to like not get grabbed or anything like that, avoidance. So being a little Dexy, I guess, or
okay. Now the problem with that is he just used acrobatics. And that sounds like an acrobatic type thing you were describing there. But let's see what else we can do with that. So what are you trying? You're just trying to like,
I guess get through the pathway he made. So like running.
Okay.
Like.
Athletics, maybe.
I'm thinking. So if you want to just say you're just like bull rushing through the path he's made, I would call that athletics. Or conversely, if you wanted to we'll let you use finesse this way without calling it acrobatics. If you wanted to, like pinpoint the areas, the open areas, the openings that he's made, I'll call that a perception check.
All right. Would that make me go faster, I guess? Whichever would make me cover more ground. And
yeah, you could I'll let you use perception to actually actively look where he's gone and spot the gaps that he's created and like head for them specifically.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, 15.
That's a success.
Yay!
All right. Chiara, you have been spirited away by your boyfriend, who is leading the pack by a significant margin at this point in time, as he just, does his best Italian plumber impersonation. What are you doing?
I want to, because I see that we're approaching this. Is it like a small kind of like chain link fence by chance, like metal fence?
It is, yes. So it is definitely a chain link fence. I wouldn't say it's small. It's probably about, 15 feet high. Okay. And it looks like a lot of it has been like boarded up. But specifically the spot that, the spot you believe Kona is heading for seemed to have been like, there was like in the middle of a repair that was never quite finished, and there's a gap.
Okay. How big is this gap?
You would have to duck, probably about 3 feet tall, we'll say.
And how wide?
We'll say it's a hole. It's like 3 by 3.
Okay. But like small enough that in essence anyone going through it is gonna have to go like single file and carefully.
Yes.
Perfect. And it's raining out. So what I want to do is Kono, stop on the other side of the fence. And then I want to hold my action. And once my entire group is through, I want to cast Shocking Grasp on the fence so that it turns into an electric fence and cuts off pursuit.
Okay, so I like that idea. The holding of the action isn't going to work here per se, but we'll say it does, like, narratively. But we're still going to have you roll now because I want to see what happens.
Okay.
Because he wants to see you fail.
No,
Yeah.
I did not say any such thing.
What should I do for this?
You didn't say it.
He did not say it.
I did.
Should I do an attack roll for this?
No, we're going to use a skill for this one. Now, what would make the most sense for trying to electrify a fence? Sell it to me here. If you're trying to electrify a fence in a way that would allow your party to get through and not fry them, but fry anyone that was coming after you.
Sleight of hand for the perfect timing?
I like it. I'll buy it.
Okay. Awesome. Also, I completely forgot I have the lucky feat that I could have used earlier. Sorry, guys.
Really?
Sorry. Let's see how I do on this.
That's hilarious.
Okay, 21.
That's a success.
Maybe if you used prettier dice.
So you are convinced that once you guys duck through this hole, you are going to be able to make it a bad day for anyone trying to follow you. I like it. I totally buy that. All right. Bane.
Again, total genius. He sees the hole, not exactly fits him, so he's just going to bull rush through the hole using athletics.
Okay. I completely believe that's good.
No, I'm coming! And that
This is why
makes
I held my
a
ass.
15.
15 passes. See, you guys just needed to fail first. You got to get that out of your system.
That's right. Okay.
All right. And then Shadow, after being briefly trampled, you see the self-same hole that everyone else seems to be going for. Most of your party has ducked through it already or ran straight into it, as the case may be.
It is now a Bane-shaped hole.
Which, probably isn't... It's probably not that much taller than 3 feet, but it might be a little bit wider now.
Yeah.
What are you doing to bring up the rear?
So I guess I'm going to use my draconic cry and just try to scare them and make them think I'm big and scary and they don't want to mess with me, and I'm gonna run through the hole. I'm gonna use deception if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Let me ruin our pattern of good success. Yep. 7.
Okay. But you know what? That's all right. Because that was just the bonus round to see how negatively failing the first round would affect you. And the answer is, you know what? You guys did better than I thought after what happened the first time.
No one can chase us now.
I am winning.
So you turn around to give one last just roar at these people, and as you do, you weren't paying attention to the Bane-sized hole that was in front of you, or the bits of wood that have then broken off of the fence and fallen. And so as you're turning around to roar, you get ready to do this, this big, just powerful, and you backpedal into a piece of wood, pratfalling, tumbling backwards, but rolling safely through the fence as Chiara then just slams her hand on it and electrifies this thing. So the first couple people that were still coming after you to try to get to it, they just instantly, like the classic Home Alone trap. At which point, the rest of the wood and some of the scaffolding from nearby collapses, conveniently sealing the hole behind you. We have succeeded. Well, no, we didn't succeed. We have survived the skills challenge. You did fail, but like I said, in the way I do it, failure is just success at a cost. And what we're doing here for the second round is seeing what that cost was going to be. So initially, it was going to be 4d4 damage to everybody, but there were some successes along the way. So everyone just go ahead, give me 2d4 damage to everyone. And this is just, to represent the various debris that was thrown at you, the blows that did land and getting stumped by your own teammates and rolling through filth.
That would be 6 points for me.
3 for me. Question: does Kono have like half cover for me since I'm kind of like thrown over his shoulder and draped over his back?
Yeah, but that ass is catching all of them.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing.
Double damage.
Technically, two medium creatures in the same space, I would say there would be some cover involved. However,
You're the beast with 2 backs.
Kono is also a gigantic himbo half-elf. So he's still the much bigger target. I don't think you would offer much cover to him.
Sorry, I tried.
But yeah, everyone just takes 2d4 damage, which wasn't too bad.
No.
I think I just made it canon that
Speak for
Kiara's kinda
yourself.
thick.
I took full damage. Both die rolled 4.
Oh my!
I took 7, so I'm right there with you.
I only took 3.
Oh, God. I rolled
Which
the wrong
I know
dice.
that anybody watching this at home is like, oh, 7 damage. Like, that's not that much. We're level 3, so like.
Yes, keep in mind, we are level 3.
Yeah, like I'm at 16.
Level
like,
3? I'm level 1.
You should fix
What?
that.
Lied
Because
to me,
I
Brian.
legitimately told you that we were level 3.
No. Go back to the chat.
Yes, go back to the chat. I wish you would.
I'm looking.
Look, I will expect my $20 in the mail when I am right.
So you all have managed, though, to get out of the park. That's the biggest thing. You're out of the park, and you're running through. For the city, this is a relatively exposed area. There are buildings, you can see them all around you, the huge ones, but where you are is more, there's actually grass here. There's actually trees here, such as they are. And the paths are fairly well worn from people, meandering about. We'll say you follow them, but you are sprinting ahead.
So,
Not
before we get too far, I would stop everybody that is actually wearing color and say, like, turn your shit inside out.
What's that gonna? We got a tattoo.
Okay. But the tattoo is harder to see than the active purple jackets that we are wearing. So turn them the fuck inside out.
We're wearing purple jackets. Opal would not
Yeah.
wear such a hideous outfit.
And that's the game color that y'all agreed on.
I think
Yeah, I
I think
agreed on
we
the
determined
color, but I
it doesn't
thought we
have to be
agreed
a
on how we
jacket.
accessorized it. Like if it was
Yeah.
a bandana or like a necklace
it
or
was something purple that would fit into the scheme of things. I don't think it necessarily had to be a jacket, though.
Well,
Yeah, it's
Connell's
pretty
is
cool.
literally like a purple leather jacket.
Yeah,
with
no,
the
absolutely
sleeves
it is.
ripped off.
Of course.
fine.
What else would it be?
I guess Opal would then turn her belt her medical belt that's patchwork like in that purple color like around, so it's just like the brown backside. Like she's like meh. So it looks just like a normal belt, I guess now.
And Connell's smart, so his jacket is reversible. Hey, I'm just kidding. It is just black on the inside, though. So, like,
And we're going to say for, that you've been, doing this as you're still moving. You want to put distance between yourselves and this park and anyone that might make it through that fence. So you keep going.
When we were by the fence, did I happen to find like a post or pipe or something in which I could use as a quarterstaff?
Let's find out, shall we? Highs or lows?
I always get high, so let's go.
All right. I don't have my physical dice. I'm using this one. Bear with me a moment. It is your lucky day, sir. You did manage to find a length of pipe, slightly bent, a little rusty, but you did find a length of pipe that you think would make a pretty bitchin' staff.
Sweet. I pick that up, and then I will go over to Bane and just be like, can you straighten this out just a little bit?
There you go.
Thanks, buddy!
Give him the pipe, Kono. He needs it. You got fists.
Well, yes, but I do better with the pipe. You know that. Sorry. Not the time. I know. Not the time.
No, she's glaring daggers at you. Because, her best friend, Jessica, she just watched him get taken down in there. She's just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just trying to...
How are we explaining this to Nona?
1, 2...
But we can't go back there.
3. Not it. You have to do it.
You're just gonna see her hair get more and more staticky.
Yeah. So very much so, we are gonna have to figure out what happened to him. But before we do that, we have to get to safe ground, and we are not going to be safe anywhere near here.
No, we're not. But we can't go back to our territory because they're gonna expect us to go there. We're safer elsewhere in the city.
Do we have a map? Did somebody give us a map of where we're going, or was it just kind of told us directional?
We rode the bugs.
Yeah,
knew where we were going. The rest of us had no clue.
Pretty
you
much.
Still see a map and a bus.
So yeah, there were maps of the crawler stops, the city crawler stops when you were on the crawlers. If anyone had taken the time to look at them and tried to remember them, I would call that a history check.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanos' view was definitely obstructed, so he is not going to be able to do anything here.
I would probably say Opal would, because that's just something Opal would do while she's riding the bus. She would want to know where we're at, or in general directionals, and then I guess she would want to pull if she could, if she knew abandoned buildings nearby, because she knows she can't go on public transport because there's possibly cameras. I don't remember if that's in our setting or not.
No, there would not be cameras.
We did not see any cameras on the bugs.
Okay, but that doesn't mean any
scrying stones. That's a valid thing.
Yeah.
Well,
so
are these maps, are they detachable?
Mm-mm.
It would have been noticeable to try and pry one off. But I will say that, if Opal studied it with a decent history check, Opal would know at least the stops and the lines you would need to hop on to get back to your territory, back to Cleric's Row.
If you give me crayon, I will draw.
Oh my god. Okay. We'll see how this goes with remembering.
Can Shadow help her? Give her the help action, because he would have also been looking at it.
Yes.
Okay.
I will
so what
guide
does that
her.
mean? Do I get to roll again with the help, or
I can do advantage.
Yes.
Yes, help is advantage, and you're getting guidance from Kono.
what is guidance?
Hey, you have guidance.
D4.
Oh wait, nope. Never mind. I'm a monk. Never mind.
Oh, I
Wait.
thought you,
No, I
No, I
thought
thought-
I did have guidance from.
I
Somebody.
thought you took that feat.
Didn't I?
I thought you did.
Check your sheet.
Oh, sheet.
Well,
No, I did. I switched the feat because I do not have anything under spells. Never mind. I do not have guidance.
Because you
All
did
right,
your
well-
first iteration of the character did have guidance.
I
remember
did.
that.
so here's your choices. I have a modifier +1. So I rolled a 2 for my second roll and a 5 for my first. So I guess we're going with advantage. So we got a solid 6
A
for
solid
history
stick.
recall. Thank you for
Okay.
the help. Opal obviously was not studying.
Hey, what are we even doing here? Come on now.
So with a 6, it's that's actually not the worst thing in the world. While your memory is a little fuzzy on every stop that you would need, you can at least remember where the closest one to you was and the next couple after that. So we'll say you have a fairly rudimentary idea of where the nearest stop would be.
I guess then I would relay information to Kono to just like let's get us in that general direction and we'll go from there. Like
Hold on, do we want to head for the bugs though? Because like they're expecting us to head back to Cleric's Row. They're gonna chase us there.
Well,
like
see, here's the thing also. No one necessarily, at least as far as you know, knows who you are. They've seen the colors, they've heard the names, but think about the size of the city and the fact that you've never been out of your own territory before. You might know names, but you wouldn't necessarily know where that place is.
Yeah, they're gonna do a head count eventually.
Right, but if they don't know where Cleric's Row is, then we're good.
True. All right, it gives us time at least. Okay, let's go.
So
These stupid bugs.
Want to do a buyer break here?
bio break, I wouldn't object to that.
All right, let's do our buyer break, then we'll come back and pick it up.
All right. All right. So if everybody at home gives us just 5 minutes, we will be right back. Here we go. double murder for life. It was the perfect thing to say upon coming back.
Sorry about that. The wife needed something, of course. Anyway, looks like, oh, okay, we're still waiting a minute here, it looks like.
I think we're all here.
We're waiting on Hannah, I think. Nope,
You
never
there?
mind.
I've been here. I was just doing things off camera.
She's
For
just
America.
working for America.
For
Yes.
America. Yes.
For America. I was doing my
She's been here the whole time.
The whole time?
The whole time.
Illusions.
All right.
Oh,
So we have decided that we want to make our way back to the bugs. And we want to get home.
correct.
Which one of them was actually seen and accused of doing this, though?
I think we should just lay low.
If
Sorry.
we lay low, we give them more of a chance to come and find us, though.
Hey, but don't we need to like stay around here maybe in the morning and try to figure out what happened to the boss?
Yeah. I say
Would
we
you
stay
all
low
leave?
and in building.
Skedaddle?
No.
Bada bing, bada boom, go home and cry to Nona?
Yeah, and then we're gonna bring everything in the
messing with
family.
other gangs. You got to come from a position of
And my
strength, and in
6
order
other
to do that, you got to be back on the road.
No. I say we stay low. As much as you are second in command, I think we need to stay low.
I don't remember this being a democracy.
Gonna shut up.
You shut up.
Whoa.
Hey, why don't you both shut up for a minute here?
Shut your mouth, huh?
Hey, shut your mouth.
Would I know through survival if there was an abandoned building? Because
Anyway, back to what really matters.
yeah.
We are not bringing this back to the row, back to our kids, back to Opal's family. We are not going back to
We
Nona.
don't know.
We don't
None
know
of them know where the row is.
It doesn't matter. They know us. They can track us.
They
You
don't
really
know
think
all
we
of
weren't
us.
recognized by any of the gangs there?
I don't think none of the gangs around the row were there.
I would like to think we're having this conversation
Every
as
gang
we're
in the damn city
walking.
was there.
I assume such.
Okay.
Nope,
I
Thank you.
was
Hannah's still
looking
there.
for the
Making
other
sure
gangs
we're
around the
still
road.
moving.
I
None
am
of them
not
were
going
there.
home without Johnny.
What?
I am not going home without Johnny.
Oh, he's dead, sweetheart. We need to go.
Watch it.
In order to make a plan to get Johnny, we have to get somewhere where we can actually, gear up. Because I'm walking around here with some freaking rusty ass pipe for a fucking staff. None of you guys are equipped with anything that can actually hurt anybody.
Hey, I beg to differ
I
around
have
here.
my best.
All right, fine. Okay, fine. We go home. We get the rest of the gang quartered up. We got to warn them at least because they're gonna come for the whole gang. And
If
then
they ever figure out where the row is, yes, they will. So yes, we have to warn them. We have to figure out exactly what's going on, and we can't start going through our usual channels until we're around our usual channels.
yeah. And then they all thought Opal was the one that fried him, but Opal doesn't do frying.
No, she's a vegan.
At that, she's just gonna cure her wounds. She wants her 8 points back.
I saw her eating your bacon this morning, so no.
Since it says 2d8 and I only need 1 roll, well, never mind. I'll take 2 because I might risk not having it. So
I meant as in the bacon in the kitchen.
also, stupid question: what does a d8 look like?
It's a dice with 8 sides.
Fuck you! I understand that portion, bitch.
You take this hand and then you put more fingers.
It's 2 triangles glued together. How about that?
Thank you. That helps a lot better. Appreciate that.
Hey.
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 All right, I healed 10. So if I heal 10, do I get the excess 2 points?
I don't think that's how that works.
You cannot heal beyond your maximum unless something specifically says it gives you temporary HP.
That is
Okay.
correct. But hey, you know what? Nice try.
Always worth asking.
Can she
But,
pour those extra 2 into someone else?
Oh yeah. Could I? Or is that not at my
You would
level?
also need some way to split the healing, which you do not currently have.
So, looking around, is there anything like laying around that we could find? Like, I know that Opal doesn't like to wear anything hideous, but something to like cover her face a little bit, like make it like look like, you know, a hood so that we can get onto the bugs and get home without anybody seeing her actual face.
Yeah, mud.
You
Good
could
luck
do
with
some,
that.
You could do some scrounging. And to that point, I believe Opal was looking for some place to maybe lay low and catch you, so you guys can catch your breath at least. You don't find necessarily an abandoned building, but you do see what appears to be a cemetery.
That seems like an absolutely terrible idea, and we should go absolutely nowhere near there.
Ooh, Kono, I didn't know you were afraid of ghosts. Something
I'm
new.
not afraid of ghosts.
Every
Ghosts are
day.
one of the easiest things in there. I'm afraid of other things that are in there.
Mm-hmm. Ghosties.
My mother.
Ooh.
But,
And she'll like do that like fake ghost noise in front of him. Like, come on, you're so scared. Big tough in charge. Won't go into a little cemetery. Whoopsie.
My mother took me to a cemetery once. Once.
I was
been
gonna
dying to
say,
get back.
want to hear the joke my mom always used to say? Do you know how many dead people are in there?
All of them?
How many?
Thank you.
None of them.
I got it.
Not wanting to actually go into the cemetery because I think it's a bad idea. But knowing that we do need to find something for Opal to cover up in, are there any like clothing stores nearby?
Not where you are. Like I said, this place is pretty, as far as the city is concerned, this place is actually rather desolate. There isn't much around here except for what, you know,
Is
except for that
going
cemetery.
through the cemetery the quickest way to get to the bugs to get us home?
Opal certainly believes so.
Insight check to see if Opal's a dumbass. I'm just kidding. I trust Opal.
She's friends with you. No insight check needed.
And I would say Opal does not want to have mud thrown in her face, so she probably would not like that very much. She probably would fight you a little bit.
Certainly
She
don't
came
smell
from
like
a
mud.
household of brothers. Like that's normal torture for her. You know what I mean? Like she would definitely like have.
You know, there's rich people in the other side of town that they like pay to have mud put on them.
Good for them.
I like to play in the
Look,
mud.
honey, I
But
know
I
you
gotta-
don't like it, but like you can take a shower later.
You act like we're rich and
Bane,
have water
what you were
running in
playing
our
with
house.
looked like mud, but it certainly didn't smell like mud.
Look, I just keep my face low profile. Let's just go. So she'll like mess up her hair, make it loose, and take her out of her braid, and like just kind of keep that like low profile, and just kind of like she just wants to keep moving because the more we keep moving and getting somewhere we can lie low and possibly get to where we need to go to get out of here is her plan.
So you want to hurry up and wait.
Yes.
Got it.
Here, I got an
Oh,
idea,
that
and
was
I'm
tragic.
just gonna like pull my lipstick out of my pocket and just be like, "Here, put this on," and then I'm gonna like just kind of tilt my head up in the rain and start washing up my makeup because like men can't tell shit when it comes to makeup. It's
Females
fucking
are shapeshifters.
as far as they're concerned.
So I'm gonna say Opal, who isn't very makeup oriented, she's gonna look at it and she's gonna be like, she's gonna put it on her cheeks, and then she's just gonna be like, yeah, whatever. And then she's just gonna like hand it back to you. And she's just like,
Black
Honey.
lipstick and just puts it on her cheek.
Okay, we
You look
can
like a
work
football player. Just rub it
work
underneath
with
your
that, and I'll
eyes.
start like
What?
rubbing it in, and then I'll put it on. Like, okay, we can work with that.
Putting on the war paint. It's all good.
Now, can I make a check to see if I can just like blend that in so it looks like that's kind of just like her complexion, and then just like add
No.
no, not as like complexion, but just like kind of like almost as like some contouring. Almost as like a kind of like as like blush almost.
That's why I left it at war paint. And like barely did anything. And 2, I didn't know you handed me black lipstick.
That sounded like
thought
the
it was
second
red.
I sounded like that was not at all what I intended. No.
But I thought that was red lipstick you handed to me originally. So number 1, did not know you were wearing black lipstick. So I thought you had rouge on. Excusez-moi.
I mean, she's probably got. Well, no, she wouldn't have a lot. She's got lipstick, and she's probably got. She's probably got some eyeliner in her pocket, and that would be purple. So, like, she probably would be like, "Okay, here, take this. Let's do some blending quick."
Oh no! I wish Opal would have done kitty cat whiskers then.
I'm a tabaxi. What are you talking about?
Yeah, meow, go.
Kate.
So we're doing makeup. We're walking. We're talking, and Opal is leading you through this what appears to be a rundown cemetery.
Please tell me that Kono isn't remembering all of a sudden that one of the gangs at the meeting was called the Cemetery Boys or something.
You do not recall such a name.
Thank God.
They pop out of the mausoleum, like clicking. Their bones are
However, the
rattling.
grave diggers.
Oh no!
So we're gonna say that. Let me see. Where are we? This map is very large.
Yeah, because right now you kind of plopped them down right in the middle.
Yep, I'm moving him. Don't worry.
You know you can box around them.
Shh. I do now. I was already committed. Okay.
I was committed.
All right. It appears as if you've entered through the back. There was a break in the fence, and you've entered through the back of this place.
Good boy.
I'm just like walking backwards as we go, just like blending makeup on Opal's face.
And I will stop her like once we get into the cemetery proper and be like, all right, like, eyes up, love.
No. Let me finish this.
No.
Let me finish this.
Stop.
I started and finishing. She's only got half her face done.
The dead things don't give a fuck.
I turn over, I look at Bane, I'm like, babes, eh? Hey, babes, you know?
You know?
Hey, you know? And just keep walking as they argue
I'm
amongst
gonna say
themselves.
Opal wipes it off as soon as she can. She's like, nope, too much. Like it's all smudgy and she kind of looks like a raccoon more than anything, you know, like that. Like it just gotta get smeared, and she's just like, okay, like.
So, as you get in there, and this makeup debacle is occurring. Let's see, who is the most Well, I guess it doesn't matter who's the most trustworthy. Being second in charge, second in command here, Kona would probably have it on him. You have a certain item on you, sir. I did not add it. to the sheet, but it was there. It's a party item technically.
Yeah.
You have on your person
So the
what
radio
is
stuff.
yes the listening stone. I'm pretty sure Kono was the one that had it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Johnny
gave it
gave
to
it to
Connie
me right
Victoria.
before we came here and said I was in charge if anything happened to him. So yeah, I'll take out the stone as we're kind of walking and just give it a listen and find out.
Yeah. Well, before you even reach for it, it starts to hum, and you know from experience with these things that that is what occurs before a broadcast goes out.
So I will take it
And
out and listen.
you pull it out, and it starts to vibrate in your hand, and then a voice emanates from it. Oh my, oh my, oh my pretty little streetlings. Looks like we've had a bad situation tonight go down over in Gramercy. Oh, yes. The big shindig. You know, the one everyone's been talking about. Looks like it got crashed pretty hard. Even worse, they say the big man himself went down in the process. And who do we have to thank for that? Well, my little birdies tell me it's a small time outfit. Go by the name the Saints. Now, I don't mean to tell you what to do, but I can tell you for one thing anyone with information on these saints, or better yet, their heads on a plate, well, I'll leave it up to your imagination. Happy hunting, folks. And then it vibrates one more time and goes inert.
Was it everybody that could hear that, or is it just me?
Oh, yeah, no, everyone can hear that. It is not necessarily quiet. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
radio.
So we're fucked.
Not yet.
Hey, they ain't even gonna say a price? That's insulting.
That's what I mean. We need to lie low. We need to hide for a little bit. Then we can travel at night when nobody's around.
Yeah.
Or at least not as many.
I'm
We can't take public
sorry.
transport. We
You
can't take
not
the buggy.
realize that everybody in gangs does everything at night.
Okay, do you realize like everybody's looking for us?
That ain't gonna stop any night soon.
I understand that, but we can't go on public transport. We can't take the bugs. We need to just take the back roads the whole time.
Look, what we need to do is warn the rest of the Saints, because there's going to be people putting all your guys' heads on pikes soon enough. We got to get Nona and the kids out. We got to find a place to lay low. I'd say we bail the city altogether if I had any clue what's outside the city, and if it wasn't for the fact that Johnny's still missing.
I like how you say our heads, that it doesn't include yours now.
I'm not part of your gang.
It doesn't matter. You ran around with us. You're associated, darling. As much as you like to think you're not.
Oh, I
You're
know
around the
what
clubhouse
I'm
every day.
with. I'm just
You may have
saying.
not taken the vows.
No, I did different vows.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. You're associated with us, so your head will just be as equal.
I know I am, honey. And guess what? When they start identifying all of us who were at this shindig, they're going to switch from blaming you to blaming me, because that big fella went down in a streak of lightning, and who's the only lightning caster here? Sure ain't you.
Unfortunately. What?
Sure ain't you.
Actually, I do have what do I have?
Roll.
Oh yeah, I do have guiding bolt, so I kind of technically do. But
That's like radiant damage, isn't it?
mm.
That's
Yeah,
not
like they're gonna ask us to throw a lightning bolt to prove that you're the culprit. Come on now.
No, I'm just saying. Look, we got to get back to Cleric's Row. We got to warn the others, and then I got to get my kids to disappear. They know how to do it, but they got to know they need to.
So we're trekking through the cemetery then. Just keep moving.
As you are. And you do, well, I don't know how much experience most of you have with cemeteries. I'm sure there's, one in every neighborhood. So, it's likely you've been there a time or two for those of you lucky enough to get a proper burial, which probably isn't many. But this one seems to have fallen long ago into kind of disuse, disrepair. You do notice that there are some ever burning flames around, which would be very standard for the poorer, even poorer areas of the city, like you've been familiar with. So it's not completely dark here, but it is very unnerving, perhaps say the to say the least. Um, you are heading through. Um, I will let you, if you would like, plot a course through here on roll 20, if you would like to do such.
All right, healer, where are we going?
Sorry, I'm trying to move the map around because I can only see the corner.
This is a very large map. I apologize.
Yeah. So I don't know. Whichever way gets us out. I can't even see it.
So you came in the back, and I'm going to ping it. It's all the way in the front here is the gate, which would be ostensibly the entrance, but for you, it would be an exit.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry, this stupid thing. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Oh, well then I would try to take the most easiest path to that on the pathway, obviously.
Obviously.
And then as I'm walking by, can I look at any of the gravestones? Like, would I see any religious things or different writings?
You would see some various languages on the headstones. Depending on what you speak, you might recognize, some of them. They're all just very generic platitudes for the deceased. As for religious iconography, there is nothing overtly religious about this place. In fact, cleric,
Good.
why don't you give me a religion check?
Oh, okay. We could possibly do it. All right, would 16 do anything?
Oh, in fact, it does.
Oh, good.
You get the feeling, normally, properly maintained cemeteries have, a feeling to them. You can, there's an aura about the place. This one lacks that, meaning it was either not properly consecrated or through disuse, the consecration no longer is valid. And it seems to be almost giving you an uneasy feeling. Like, you know what? Something might be afoot here. And we'll say you, just about the time you pick up on that feeling, you do happen to notice something nearby. It's some very faint moaning coming from this direction. And what appear to be two figures that have taken an interest in you guys and are shambling towards you.
Oh darn! I thought it was teenagers hooking up. You gotta.
Hey, get a room, you bums. You lummoxes.
Yeah, right. You said.
Sorry, were we actively moving through the cemetery before that happened, or are we still right by the entrance?
Well, narratively, she was moving and she was following the path. So that would place.
Where are we?
That would place Opal at the very least. Yep, right about there.
All right.
And right here, you see two former people, we'll say, kind of turn their attention towards you as they just they were half prone. They're crawling their way, clawing their way to their feet and kind of vaguely moving in your direction. We call that, and time to roll initiative.
All right, boss. The dead people are getting up.
I got you, Tim.
Oh, thanks.
I think we got a bot in the comments, potentially.
We do. We always get one.
Awesome.
I got a 14.
I got a 10.
I got a rock. Oh.
I guess.
I got a jar of dirt.
Got a jar of dirt.
They're joined by some friends.
Would I be able to throw up the shield of faith before, as a reactionary as we see them, or is that too late?
I'll say because you got the uneasy feeling, you would be able to throw up the shield of faith.
Okay. So then I want to take at least a step back and have as many people as they can in front of me. I get. Oh no. Yeah. Shivering field surrounds a creature of your choice within range. So who's low on AC?
I mean, who's gonna be taking the most hits? Probably our barbarian and our monk. And then
right.
I mean, those we took our armor, did we? So everyone's kind of low on AC.
Speak for yourselves. I got made armor.
Yeah, my AC is 15.
Lottie friggin' da for you, lady.
All right.
So I guess I would stay behind the monk at least. So you can add 2 AC to you, Chief.
Go.
Bane, what'd you get?
20.
Kono, already put yours in there. Chiara, what'd you get?
10.
Yeah, well, that's respectable. Opal
14.
and Shadow.
23.
Okay. Top of the round. Shadow, you notice that two more buddies have joined the commotion, alerted by the other ones. They are over here by the giant sarcophagus.
Like, hey, we're walking here. We ain't got time for your shenanigans. And I'm gonna move over to the side a little bit, and assuming I can. For some reason, I can't click on my own person, but all right. So I move down a little bit and then fire a psychic blade that I have at. Let's just say the first one, the one most northern and closest to Opal.
Okay.
Let's see. I know 9 hits.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, 9 hits.
Oh, nice. Do I get to use sneak attack? Eh?
Are any of your allies within 5 feet of?
No.
Okay, then unfortunately, and you weren't stealthed, so sneak attack does not apply on this one.
All right, fine. Take 5 points of damage because I rolled a 1. And then I guess I'm going to hide behind something. I'm gonna hide. That's a hold on. Will I be able? Again, I can't move my guy, so I would move over to where I'm over by the caskets, and then see if I can hide behind that.
All right. Chief, do we know why he could not move his token?
Let's see.
Because Bill sucks.
Because my mother broke my token once. Once.
I've heard it's very painful.
That's a Johnny Dangerously quote, if anybody needs that. A 1980s movie, but classic. Well, assuming I can go over there.
Where were you going?
Right behind this sarcophagus.
Try now.
All right. Move like here and then hide. I got 13, so
There you
I
go.
don't know if I successfully hid, but
I mean, you think you're hidden.
awesome. And I think that would be my turn.
All right. Bane, you are up.
Right? Did I hear you say something about us not having weapons?
That is correct. The moot was supposed to be attended unarmed.
Ah,
That
very
doesn't
nice.
mean you can't find something, and use it as an improvised weapon.
Well, I'm a big lug, and so I'm just going to take a swing at this guy. Let's see here. Actually, hold on. As a bonus action, I'm going to rage and then take a swing at him. Does a 14 hit?
It sure does.
All right, so that does 5 points of damage.
All right. For being a zombie, he didn't seem like he enjoyed it too much.
That's fair.
All right, but you're raging. You acted. Anything else? You stay in put.
I must stay put.
All right. Now they get to go. All right. Let's see. This guy over here is going to just advance slowly. The one that you punched is going to take a swipe at you. Which will be... How's a 12 do you?
That is a miss.
All right. Very awkwardly swipes at you. And then his buddy here is going to advance and do the same. He rolled a nat 1. So actually, as he was walking over towards you, he broke his leg, which was already, to be fair, like rotting and half off. So he is now prone in front of you as he just kind of aimlessly claws at your foot.
Nice.
So let's see, what can I put on him to make him prone? We'll just remember he's prone. And then
Which one is prone?
The one directly in front of me.
this one.
Got you. Prone. Good enough.
All right, and then the last one advances, and that is them. So that means Kono.
All right. So to flavor it, to get into his monk mind space, you guys see Kono takes the special cigarette that he has tucked behind his ear, and he just kind of puts it to his lip, and without any fire or anything, just kind of takes a big puff of his special cigarette. And as he exhales, it's kind of this purplish orange smoke. And he just kind of like gets into his monk stance. And he will just kind of wander over here. And he will attempt to punch one of these guys in the face.
All right.
Well, actually, I have a quarterstaff.
You do indeed.
So I'll actually use the staff. Because I can still do flurry of blows with it.
Also true.
All right, so that will be 18.
Is definitely a hit.
All right. That is going to do 10 bludgeoning damage.
He has been bludgeoned for 10.
Sweet. And then I will go ahead and use a key point to do my flurry of blows.
Look at that. You're going all out already.
Yeah, I figure. Might as well use them if we got them. All right, so that is going to be a crit and a 24.
Both obviously will hit.
All right, so his first flurry of blows. Are we doing our crunchy crits like we usually do?
Absolutely.
All right, so that will be another 10 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, all right.
And then the second one will do 8 more.
And as you just kind of, are whacking away at this thing, you just notice that like chunks of it are just falling apart. And on your last blow, this thing just collapses in a literal heap on the ground.
All right. And then, not wanting to leave Shiara unprotected, I will use my... I'm going to flavor it to say hazy technique, which allows me to disengage and gain an extra 10 walking, or an extra 10 feet walking speed, which would allow me to get all the way back to my love with a very smoky lope as I come back.
I like it.
I'm leaning into it.
As you should. All right, that was a good turn. Which brings us to Opal.
Sorry. I would what do I want to do? Who's by me? So I have all right. So I will. I want to move here if possible, and then I would like to channel divinity, but specifically the turn undead.
Oh, that's a. You know what? That's a good use for a cleric.
And so what I'm gonna do is as I run up, I'm going to take my cord necklace off, or like kind of aggressively take it off and just hold it in front of them and just say something quick. I don't know.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, right. No.
Hey, get out of here, you bums!
May you find the warmth to finally sleep and rest.
Oh, see, you went really nice with it. All right. So for the turn undead feature,
It's a DC of 13. It's a wisdom save.
wisdom save. You zombies are notoriously good at wisdom saves.
I know. They're so great at it.
What's the radius on that?
It's a 30 foot. It just says 30 within 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're getting all of them.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was having fun. Okay. DC 13 wisdom. Well, that's a fail. That's a fail. And that's a fail.
Hey, so since they all failed, if the creature fails a save, it is frightened and incapacitated for 1 minute. And for the duration, it tries to move as far from you as it can on its turn.
Awesome. All right, so these three guys right here are turned. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Chiara.
You see, I'm torn because part of me wants to do damage, and another part of me is like, I don't know if we need to. Because if they're running away, how long are they running away from you for?
It says a minute, so essentially we could walk for a solid minute or run as fast as our little hearts can.
Then.
You know, and just like bolt, and I'll just hold the little necklace out in front of us, and then we just like, I guess, I don't know.
So in that case, I'd like to take Kano's hand and be like, everyone run with the cleric now. And then I will, just because we're gonna be running, I'm gonna use minor image to create like an illusionary Bane, kind of right next to where he is, so that when Bane starts moving, hopefully maybe the zombie will have disadvantage or some kind of penalty attacking Bane, since now there's two of him.
Oh, there we go. I thought that worked. Did not. But yes, it did. Nope. There we go.
So yeah, I'm just like, everyone fall back towards the cleric, and then we move together. And then I'm basically just trying to trick these guys.
I like it. All right, so is that your turn? You moving?
Yes, basically after I cast the image, I'm kind of just grabbing Kono's hand and being like, okay, we're going now, and just running over to Opal. Because like they're running away from her, so we want to be by her.
You know what? Very smart. All right, so that was Chiara's turn. As you run over towards Opal, you hear this clawing, like scratching noise, as if long nails are being just ground against stone. And then there's a raspy voice. You didn't like our welcoming party.
No.
How rude. We were hoping that you would stay for dinner. And upon hearing that, you noticed, well, in front of you specifically, this creature crawl from behind the sarcophagus. He's kind of hunched over and walking on all fours a little bit more, like dragging himself. And he was definitely speaking. And there's another one crawling on top of the building behind you. And the third crawling his way along the sarcophagus over here.
Don't they have to anything within 30 feet? They still got to make that save.
They were not within 30 feet. And that only...
It's not like something that stays up. It's something that is within 30 feet at the time that it's done.
Correct.
Good.
It's a burst.
Yeah, not an aura.
Gotcha.
All right, so no, don't want to do that. Add turn. But I'm not. I'm gonna be fair with them. I'm not gonna let them act right away. I'm gonna actually roll for them. Okay, that's good enough for me. And the three new arrivals look at you hungrily. Long, elongated, in fact, tongues sticking between sharpened fangs. Saliva just running, dripping, and oozing off of their faces. Shadow, you're up.
Oh, great. Hey. We're just walking here. Guess the question is, so I guess I'm going to move up to kind of where I'm about here. I'm not going to be worried about the zombies, so I guess I'm going to shoot at this guy down in the bottom left over here. I'm going to get 2 psychic blades and throw each of them at him.
Nice.
And the first one was a nat 1, so that's fun.
We're going to say that one didn't hit.
Psychic poof.
Hey, that was rude. The second one was a 14.
That hits.
All right. 5 points of damage.
And he will take that damage. Anything else?
I guess my bonus action was the other attack, so I can't really hide this turn. So, or can I hide this turn? What's that? Is that also a bonus?
Yeah, it'd be a bonus action to hide.
Okay, so I can't do that. So, nope, that's it.
Okay. Bane.
Okay, so I forgot to mention that I had chosen Path of the Giant. And so when I raged, I grew rather large, and I have a 10-foot reach. But what would I have to roll to try to take the zombie that is not prone, pick him up, and slam him into the zombie that is prone?
Oh, I like it. Well, okay, so they're afeared because of the turn undead. So we'll say he's not going to try to resist you picking him up. So I'll let you use the zombie as an improvised weapon. Just make an attack roll against the other zombie, please, and thank you.
All right. That would be 11.
All right. An 11 is enough to hit a zombie.
All right. What would I roll for damage?
Well, let's see. You're pretty big right now. The zombie is still zombie sized. Evens or odds?
Evens.
We'll give you great club damage for that. So a D8.
I like it. And because I'm raged, that'll be +2. So that would be 5. Oh, man.
All right. And you know what? I'm going to have both of them take the 5 damage. Because I'm feeling generous.
I like it. Oh,
All
great
right.
benevolent God.
See? He gets it. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Now, after you swing the zombie around, we'll say as the impact from the blow goes into the other one, this one's leg that you were holding, it was already broken, and now it just kind of falls off. So you're just holding a leg in your hand.
Leg club.
And this one is still prone, now missing a leg. And he is still turned, so he has to try and get away from Opal because no matter what you did to him, he is terrified of her. And he's going to start crawling
prone,
this
like,
way.
And he's crawling, so that's lowering their speed, right?
Correct. The other one is not prone, but he still is terrified of Opal. And he just starts sprinting that way. Now, you know, of course, that would trigger opportunity attacks should Bane wish to do such.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I'm swinging that leg right at that guy.
Don't. That makes him not afeared.
What does it roll? What does a leg damage cause? I'm just curious now.
Turn lasts for a minute. I don't believe damage has anything to do with it.
Oh.
Are you sure about that?
Think so. Double check.
Don't argue with the DM when he's on our side. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Tim. That's
Oh no.
That's right.
Or until they take damage. That is correct.
Well, they already both took damage, so it doesn't matter.
They did, but I already said they moved away, so it's fine.
Yeah. So that would be a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
And I'm assuming D8 again.
Yeah, I'll let you keep a D8.
Oh, I almost dropped it. So that would be 8 points of damage.
And that one that you hit with the leg just crumbles in a heap before he's even able to get away.
Nice.
And he is, well, still dead, but no longer functional dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And then this one is going to try and run. But, you see, he's trying to go in the most direct route he can. But there's a fence in the way. And as he's trying to scramble over the fence, he gets himself all caught up in the bars.
Sounds about right for a zombie.
Yeah, he's kind of just stuck there, like, you know. That is my official zombie noise. Don't steal that.
Hey, I like it. Picasso.
All right, that brings us to Kono.
Okay. So what Kona's gonna do is wipe the ice cream off his desk. Sorry. I dripped some ice cream.
Did we just lose everyone, or did I just my
What?
connection go bad?
No, we can all
Mike-
hear you. Can you hear us?
Can hear him.
I can hear all of y'all.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, is he having a reverse me moment?
I guess so.
Wait,
He looks
Tim?
frozen now.
I think he's frozen now.
No, the DM! And magically the zombies disappeared.
and so do the ghouls.
And
I think those
So
are ghouls.
did the creepy things
I
that appeared
crushed
on
the
the roof.
zombie.
They all went to the magical rainbow.
I kicked him with his own
Dude, it's
foot.
gonna be all on us. Tim is actually just really good at staying still.
Right.
Right.
That's right. He's got talent.
Oh no.
Oh, you got kicked.
What happened?
Chief, what did you do?
Did it.
I got kicked out of streaming. I didn't do shit.
I didn't do it. I don't have the capability.
All right, who didn't like the ghouls that much? I mean,
Like, why we gotta fight that people now? Like, all of a sudden these roof goblins showed up.
No,
I was
I
like,
lost
what the
sound.
hell? What is it? Well,
all right, we go back, we save the boss, we head home, and everyone's happy. The end.
There we go.
yeah, I don't really think you're saving the boss. Like, I think he got torn to shreds.
No, we're saving the boss.
This-
Who's
That's
telling the
just
story right
me.
now? Who's telling the story right now? Obviously not the DM. So-
The characters tell the
that one.
story.
exactly, and we're the characters. We save him.
Oh, Alden's the DM now.
Oh. All right, Alden, what say you?
You're a new god.
Oh, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Now he can't hear anybody either.
Oh,
You did this, Chief. See, you
I
switched
didn't
us
do
up-
shit.
Yes, you did. You switch us around, and then all of a sudden we can't hear, and then you're kicking people out, and they can't hear, and I don't know what's going on.
I have not done any of this. All right. So
That might
with
be the sign
Tim's
to call
internet shitting itself,
Whoa.
we're just gonna go ahead and call it here for the night because our drop dead time is in 9 minutes anyway. Because some of us have to wake up stupid early for work. So this is usually the part of the night where we do what's going around the Nexus. Oh wait, Tim is back. Maybe. So we're gonna go remove that. We're gonna add him. Then we're gonna add him. All right. Can you hear us now?
Yes, no, it was so weird. Like the whole thing it started stuttering. I thought it was you at first because it's always you. But no,
I mean that's valid.
StreamYard apparently is having an issue. It says I wasn't connected to the internet, even though I am, and then it just kicked me out
Dude,
completely.
that's a normal thing for StreamYard every once in a while. But we did just kind of say that because y'all were, and now Alden's fucking up. We were gonna just kind of wrap it up here for the night. You good with that?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that because I
Okay.
don't know if this is going to keep doing that. So we can call it here. We'll stay in initiative. We'll pick it up in this battle next time.
All right. So at the end of the night, as I was saying, usually we do what's going around here in the Nexus. So tomorrow you can tune in back here where you will see, instead of Tim's ugly mug up there, you will see Danielle's beautiful face up in the DM spot. You will see me still here as a player. You will see Bill here as a player. You will see Alden jumping in and out as a player. And my buddy Keith is coming in. He's going to make his debut. Well, actually, second. Oh, no, never mind. We are not doing a session tomorrow. We are doing kind of a session 0 to bring Alden and Keith in. So that's not going to be streamed.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
that's
guys.
good. I remembered that. My bad.
0.5.
So, no session tomorrow. Kind of.
But we're gonna come back and full force next week.
Full force and no fuckery.
Just a little fuckery. Just
A little
a little.
fuckery. But Yeah, we are having a little bit of a team powwow to get us back on the same page because some stuff's all weird. So yes, while we are not playing, we are kind of like we'll be back next week. But yeah, players need to be brought up to speed, and there's a lot of lore to bring them up on. So that's a thing. And as players, we need to talk, have a little bit of a chat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. And then Thursday.
Thursday.
Bill is going to be hosting the Talkwork Nexus.
Mhm.
Who's going to be on there with you, Bill?
We're going to be talking some campaign settings, the D&D campaign settings. I know Sean's going to be on there in theory.
Yeah.
And Alden's everywhere. I'm just assuming he'll be on there. I don't know. We'll see if anyone else decides to join us as well. So
Tim should jump in on that one. He's knowledgeable of
yeah,
the
Tim. What are you
realms
doing?
of Faerun.
What are you
I
doing
would-
Thursday, Tim?
I would love to, but that is my in-person night.
Lame.
So I will-
Understandable.
Sorry.
So that'll be going on. I will be taking a notable break from the Talkwork Nexus because Chief needs rest sometimes.
No,
That's a real life thing.
never.
It is.
Not for you, it ain't.
I need to try every once in a while. And honestly, for those of us with extreme insomnia, sometimes rest means just like sitting on the couch and watching your friends do their podcast while your brain veges out and goes into a state of pseudo sleep.
I mean, that's what I've been doing for the other streams. I put it on, and I might not stay awake for the whole things, but I try.
Yeah. So we got that going on. Friday is nothing this week, so that's good. And then next Monday we will be back with Uncharted, the Northern Cross, where a player, not to name any names, but one player had some questions and some things that need be answered because we left her on a little bit of a cliffhanger. And now she's even more confused. Because I
She shouldn't be as confused unless she's nosing herself in other people's business.
I'm just going to keep adding Alden screens until he stops freezing.
It's just gonna be all Alden's
Alden.
the whole way around.
All right. But that's what we got going on for the next week here at the Nexus. So yeah, tune in, or you can catch us on Twitch if you watch us live. You can catch us on YouTube if you want to watch our other episodes and catch up, especially for people coming in new to the campaign that can't keep themselves from freezing. But yeah, pay attention there. If you're watching the podcast, you can catch us on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to catch it live, and then you can catch it on, I believe it's Spotify and Apple Music and wherever you catch your.
Well, right now it's
podcast.
Spotify and Amazon Music.
Oh, okay. We're not on Apple?
We're not on Apple yet.
That's
Working on it.
lame. Why are we on iHeartRadio? We should get on that.
Let's get on lane. We're dealing with lame people here.
We are not big enough to get on iHeartRadio.
I don't know. We can try.
Yeah.
We can try.
We can try.
All right, but that's us. So thanks for watching. Thank you for DMing, Tim.
Oh, thank you guys for being here.
And I will say, next time we do this, Alden should have a better connection because he will be back home instead of where he's at. So his situation should be better. Bless you.
Thank you.
But with that, I think we can roll credits for the night. What do you guys think?
I think that sounds like a splendiferous idea, and we'll see you in 2 weeks here, and you're all gonna die.